Okay, so this is a band workout to help strengthen the muscles all around your knees. It should help reduce some knee pain as you build strength to support those knees. So the very first exercise we're going to do, you actually do not need a band for this one. You're going to warm up first, so just make sure that you kind of get your body moving. If you have a lot of tightness in those knees, you want to make sure that you do a nice standing quad stretch. Definitely hold on to something here if you need to. So you're just going to grab the top of your foot, bring those knees together, squeeze your glutes and tilt your tailbone and get a nice stretch along the front of your quad here. If you need to, you can always use the seat of a chair to put your foot in, and same thing, tilt your tailbone, squeeze your glutes, and you'll get a nice stretch in that quad. So stretching both quads before you get going for a quick little stretch if those knees feel really tight and sore. And just getting some movement in those legs. This is mostly lower body. So moving those legs, maybe doing some marching or some side to side movement just to get a little warmth in those legs before you get started. So the very first exercise is going to be calf raises. So you're going to have a nice solid stance. That belly is going to be pulling up and in, shoulders up, back, and down. Definitely use a counter or a wall to hold on to here if your balance is a little wonky. And you're just going to come up and down. So coming up onto those toes, really feeling those calves work as you come up, and just a little split second hold at the top. So as you get a little bit stronger, you're welcome to add some hand weight here to add a little resistance to these calf raises. But if you're just starting, then going for these calf raises with just body weight is perfectly acceptable. So you're going to want to do 10 repetitions and 2 to 3 sets of those calf raises. In fact, every exercise in this little knee exercise workout is going to be 10 reps for 2 to 3 sets, and you feel out how that feels for you. At the end of 2 sets, you may be really fatigued, so just stick with the 2 sets until you start to build a little bit of strength. The second exercise that we're going to do is a banded hamstring curl. So I'm going to take one of these mini resistant loops. I'm going to place it around my ankle and then around the arch of my other foot. So I've got it around the ankle of one foot and the arch of the other. I'm going to stand on the band. So all of my weight is going to be on the band that it is around the arch of my foot. So my foot is going to anchor that band to the floor. And then what I'm going to do, so I'm going to turn to the side here so you can see. I'm going to stand up nice and tall, maybe next to a counter or a table, standing up nice and tall. I'm going to flex my foot that has the band around the ankle, and I'm going to lift my heel towards my butt. So lift and lower. So notice how I'm trying to keep my legs in line. So my knees stay in line with each other. So I'm just lifting straight back and up. So I'm not lifting forward and I'm not lifting back. So I'm keeping those knees right in line with each other and just lifting and lowering. So again, you're going to go for 10 of these, 2 to 3 sets. Again, feel that out. Make sure that, you know, when you start to feel really fatigued, if you start to get some cramping, that you know to maybe not do the third set. And then, of course, you would do that other side. So you switch the band so that it's around the arch of the foot that you were working before and around the arch of the other foot. So ankle of the foot that's moving, arch of the foot that's standing. And again, you're going to lift and lower, lift and lower. That foot stays flexed. The knees stay as much in line as you possibly can. Obviously, it's going to come forward a little bit because you have that resistance from the band. If the band is too much, if you're just starting out, obviously take that band away. All of these exercises can be done without the band. The band is the progression. So you could just lift and lower without that band if you are brand new to building strength around your knees. Our next exercise is going to be a seated leg extension. So I've got a little seat here. I'm going to take the band and I'm going to place it around the ankle of one foot and again the arch of the other. So ankle and arch, I'm sitting up nice and tall, and I'm going to lift the leg that it's around my arch and push through my heel. So I'm lifting and pushing through my heel. So if I turn to the side here, go this way so I have it the right way. If I turn to the side, you can see I have it around the ankle of the foot that's staying on the floor and the arch of the foot that's moving. I'm pushing through my heel and coming back. I'm sitting up nice and tall, so I'm using my core, so I'm not like leaning way back. Sitting up nice and tall, belly's pulling up and in, and I'm pushing through my heel to make this quad muscle work. And then of course you would switch sides, and so you've got ankle around the foot that's not moving, arch of the foot that is moving, and then you would do press and in, press and in. Again, 10 sets for 2 to 3 reps. And again, if that band is too much, you can do this without the band and then work your way up to that band. Our next exercise, we are actually going to come down to the mat. So you're going to come down to the mat. We're going to do a lying single leg, straight leg lift. So this can be done without the band. I'll show that first. You're going to lay on the mat. One leg is bent, one leg is out nice and long. The leg that is out nice and long is going to come all the way up and all the way down. So this would be the beginner, and then you're nice and straight through that leg so that muscle is nice and contracted in that leg. Foot is flexed up and down. 2 to 3 sets of 10 on each leg. If you wanted to add the resistance to this, you're going to take the band, you're going to place it around both of your ankles. Feet are going to stay straight, so both legs are straight here. You're not going to bend that one, and you're going to lift and lower, lift and lower. 2 to 3 sets of 10 reps on each side. Beautiful. Next up, we've got side leg raises. So again, the band is around my ankles. If you're new to this, the band will not be around the ankles. You'll just do this without the band. And you're going to lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. Beautiful. 10 reps, 2 to 3 sets on each leg. So then what we're going to do is I'm actually going to anchor the band underneath the arch of my foot. So I'm going to bend my upper leg. So if I'm laying on my side, my upper leg, I'm going to bend that knee, and I'm going to have the band underneath the arch of my foot to kind of anchor it to the floor. This time I'm going to lift my lower leg. I'm going to lift and lower, lift and lower. So you're going to get a little resistance here. If it doesn't feel like enough resistance, you can walk that band down to the arch of your foot. Foot is nice and straight, and lift and lower. So point the toe, lift and lower, and you'll get a nice burn on the inside of those legs. If you don't want to use the band, your lower leg is going to be out straight. That upper leg is going to cross in front, and you're going to lift and lower. You could also put an ankle weight on your ankle here, which is a little bit easier than trying to get resistance with the band. So 10 reps, 2 to 3 sets, each leg. So of course you would roll over and switch sides. And then our very last one is a prone leg raise. So I'm going to show you this one without the band. You're going to lay on your stomach this time. Forehead is going to be on your hands, and your pelvis is going to be pressing right into the mat, and your glutes are squeezing. I'm going to flex both my feet. I'm going to lift and lower, lift and lower. So I'm trying really hard to keep my hip points down on the mat so I'm not rolling over to lift my leg. I really want all that work to come from my glutes. So lift and lower, 10 reps, 2 to 3 sets. Lift and lower the other side, 10 reps, 2 to 3 sets. Make sure that you do a nice stretch after you do those exercises. So you want to do a quad stretch, hamstring stretch, inner thigh stretch, calf stretch for all of those exercises that we just demonstrated. So to build some strength in those knees, I would recommend doing this workout 2 to 3 times a week, with progressing your way up to using it with the band. And that should help to strengthen all the muscles around your knees to help ease some discomfort in those knees and also help keep them nice and strong and healthy.